Live, die, fuck, repeat.
Well, technically they.
He did suggest it at one point, though.
Yeah, with the mech.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Analytical Fanboys, the Modular Media Weekly Media Club podcast. I am one of your hosts, the Modular King of the Content Ring, the Backhuman Hater, and I am joined, as always, by the Super Mega Boingo Rider.
Tom Cruise's anime pro tag, but one of those shitty kind.
Uh-oh. Hey,
Not
Snow
because of
Cone
the
80...
movie, just because of Tom Cruise. So.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Snowcone 83 is here, everybody. It's the Toy Man of Modular Media.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
You know.
I do. We've been talking for like 2 hours.
I'm sorry, I'm late.
It happens. It happens. It's not like I got somewhere to be in the morning.
My family decided to do a weird thing for Thanksgiving because we had some family say, hey, come do Thanksgiving. And we all agreed it was going to be kind of bullshit. It was all going to be it was going to be a little bit bullshit. So we were like, hey, we're just going to do our own Thanksgiving on Saturday so we can make all the things we want. So I'm the only one who can really cook in the house right now. So I spent all day baking corn pudding, sweet potato casserole, mac and cheese, ham.
Shit, dude. That sounds way better than the fucking Thanksgiving meal I had. Not that my mom's a bad cook or anything. I love you, mommy.
Teriyaki, carrots, and I had to make my mom this weird pineapple and cheese casserole thing.
What the fuck? That sounds insane. I want to try it.
It's like pineapple, cheese, flour, and sugar. You mix that up, you put it in a dish, and then you cover it, the top of it, with like wet Ritz cracker crumb.
What? That's amazing.
That's so Remy the Blood.
My Thanksgiving was it was just me working in the garage organizing some toys all morning, and then my mom was like, yo, we're eating dinner at noon, get your ass in here. Also, you're carving the turkey because this is the first year since your dad became unable to carve a turkey. No warning, bitch, just do it. It's like, okay.
Carving a turkey ain't that hard.
It's not that hard, but when you're thrust onto it and you're holding a very sharp knife and you have no idea what you're doing, it's like,
If you're cutting the breast, you find the breastbone and you just cut that off and then you set it to the side and then you cut the slices.
But I didn't have, Chris, you're missing the point. I didn't have anyone to tell me that.
I told you that. Now you can do it next year.
Cool. Let me just go shoot myself and I'll catch up with you guys.
I don't know. My Thanksgiving, we always have a big. I can't remember. I definitely did.
I saw pictures on Instagram. It looked like a great spread.
Yeah, you said happy colonialization.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a bunch of food.
That's
more importantly, my cousin brought a pitcher of pre-mixed mojitos. He has been a bartender.
Fuck, dude.
So he just made like a gigantic mojito and just put that bitch in a pitcher. And my whole family was getting turned. I had like 4 of them and several beers. And I was nowhere near close to drunk. And I was just watching them fucking slosh around.
That's awesome.
Haven't you said your family has a problem with alcoholism?
Me padre was not
okay. That side of the family got it.
But I don't know. Like it was nice to just. It took about 55 minutes. Felt. So I was just laughing. And then like after some people split off, and I'm like, oh right, I could drive and home.
Drunk on mojitos.
Dude, I went home, and the combination of like food and liquor. I just like sat in my chair. I put a YouTube video. I paused it to look down at my phone, and then like woke up 2 hours later.
So it's like the best Thanksgiving ever, honestly.
Yeah, I just like looked down and like just fucking wide out. Like
amazing.
God, I like old man slept in this chair and I felt so disgusted by it because I woke myself up from making noise and I was like, oh, like.
So we're here to talk about a movie. A movie that I put on the list, Edge of Tomorrow, which is a Hollywood adaptation of a Japanese light novel called All You Need Is Kill. I have watched both the movie and read the book several times. I'm a big fan of this story, both versions of it. And I wanted to go ahead and share it with the boys because I didn't know if they had seen either version yet. And I think they're both equally good. It just depends on what your preference in storytelling is. Like, do you like Hollywood kind of action, everybody gets a happy ending kind of shit, or do you like a little more sort of old emo, not the best ending ever kind of shit, which is the book? I can tell you guys how the book ends later if you want to, but first let's go around the table. Cody, tell me how you felt about the movie.
I liked it. I have been a fan of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't really, when I watched it beforehand, I think I've seen it. I didn't really hold like a razor's edge to it, thinking like, is this a fucking good movie? Whatever. I was just like, I don't like Tom Cruise. But that didn't get in the way of this one.
I mean, let's just put cards on the table right here. I think we all agree. Tom Cruise is a crazy Hollywood religious zealot, but he's an okay actor.
Yeah.
That's not even why I fucking like Tom Cruise.
Okay.
I mean, I don't like those things either. I don't like that shit. You know,
Tom Cruise has to be in a very specific role to do good things, and he rarely puts himself in those roles because he's a leading man and he wants the big important thing, and he wants to be the actor kind of person.
When in reality, it's just Tom Cruise is at the point in his career now where he can never really be the actor. He's one of those guys, kind of like Tom Hanks, where you go like, oh, look, it's that guy. Look at that guy acting with air quotes.
Like, I feel the best Tom Cruise movie is Minority Report. It feels right. It feels appropriate. The whole, like, he's well casted. He was well acted. It's subdued. And that's kind of what the movie is calling for. And I think the worst one is War of the Worlds because you just go, that's fucking Tom Cruise. Why is he in Boston?
Why is he operating a crane? But
I enjoy that version of War of the Worlds, but like I'm also one of the weirdos who, when I was like 14, read the original novel. So,
well, for me, my favorite number.
Honestly, I think it might be a toss-up between this and Rain Man, which probably says a lot about me.
Tropic Thunder.
Rain Man is really good for how overhyped it is.
Yeah.
Few good men.
But getting back on track, Boingo, how did you feel about this film?
This was the first time I ever seen Edge of Tomorrow / Live Die Repeat, because that's also another name it goes by.
Yeah, because they changed, the movie wasn't doing well, and like 3 weeks after its release, they just changed the name while it was still in theaters.
That's weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a good movie. I thought it was really good. It's really well done filmcraft, because this is the kind of plot that predicates a heavy use of montage. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have a good hand at that, it is just going to become a giant fucking slog. And it didn't. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. And here's the thing. It's a Hollywood adaptation of a very Japanese idea in terms of storytelling. Not any one of the plot points, but it's just the overall conception of this idea. Because what this is a death game.
Kinda, yeah.
This is like a battle royale. I think Akame ga Kill is also one. The Fate series. Japan loves the idea of like, okay, pit these people against each other, kill each other. And that's kind of what this is, except it's a puzzle and not a fight.
Yeah. And also it's very clearly Americanized in comparison, because like one very clear difference between the book and this I can point out is just in the book, they're described as being in full-on enclosed mech suits, whereas in this, it's more like sort of body armor acceleration suits.
It's the suit from Aliens.
The fucking power loader, yeah.
Yeah.
See, talking about the suits, that's the thing, obviously, that stood out the most to me, but here is why. No, not because of that.
I know.
For some fucking reason, between like 2013 and like 2015, 2016, this literal design of like mech suit was everywhere. Fucking Edge of Tomorrow, Elysium. It was in Chappie, and there was 2 separate Call of Duty games that came out. One was Advanced Warfare, which was one I played, and then
Snow Cone, I know the reason.
What?
During the late 2000s and early 2010s, the military was developing a mech suit, like legitimately developing a mech suit that looked like this, but it was for search and rescue, and it was way slower.
I know that one. I know the shit you're talking about. I've seen like the DARPA leg prototype. I've seen like the uppers and shit like that. But like this had extra shit put onto it, and like it's just like it was really weird to me because like it went from this to Elysium to like the ones in Call of Duty, and they all have a very similar.
Yeah, it's a bunch of Hollywood designers all looking at the same inspiration and going, "What's that going to look like in like 20 years when it's fast and militarized?"
I think these are better than the other ones. They also have far more variety.
Yeah, because you got the ones the main characters are wearing, which are each a little different, and then there's like a heavy armor one and like one that's clearly for people of a higher rank.
Yeah, and there's like better designed ones. It's not bad. Like the prop design and the costume design, like that shit is not bad in there. From what I obviously have not read the source material. I know that they use melee weapons. Thankfully, the chick still does, even though it's like a rotor blade, but it's still dope. It's like cool.
I like that they kept that for her to give her some uniqueness.
There's a game called The Surge that's literally Dark Souls mechs.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And it's exactly this. It's exactly.
Did Titanfall have mecha suits other than like the Big Mech boys?
No, it was the Big Mech boys, and then you could like jet around outside of them.
I was thinking, did the jet around have like a tiny?
Some of the different classes had like exterior arms. One of them had like a thing that went over its head. The sniper one did that could cloak itself. Not quite on that. There might have been one character who was like a heavy that kind of had something like that, but not quite. Not quite like a full-on suit. Like
right.
Yeah, I'm looking at screen caps right now. It looks interesting.
I know Titanfall 2 got a lot of really good reviews, and it's considered one of the best single-player adventures in an FPS game in recent years.
Yeah, and it is. It's very good. I was so surprised because it's like the Iron Giant. It's just that. There you go. It's the Iron that you shoot.
You both
shoot stuff together.
That's great. You want to know what my favorite like minor thing about this movie is? Fucking Bill Paxton. Bill Paxton is awesome as the drill sergeant.
Was this his last?
I think he did like a few things after this. But this is pretty close to when he died, yeah. And he doesn't look like he's on death's door at all. He looks great.
Yeah. No, a lot of the side characters are really good. Because they only had they had a very limited amount of way that they could characterize them, because in order to show, hey, you're looping through time, they had to repeat the dialogue over and over again. So it had to be really impactful dialogue.
I did too.
2015 Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Exo Zombie. He was a playable character in Advanced Warfare Zombie, the one that was very heavily mech-related. It's so weird that he was in that.
He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Right before this. Fucking Training Day, the TV series. And then the last thing he was in was Taking Tiger Mountain Revisited, whatever the hell that is. And that came out 2 years after his death. But no, the characters in this movie, like, they're all clearly very bit part, kind of like developed to be flash, you get it, and then they're gone kind of characters. But it's really good. Like, I think the whole point of this movie is just to be a slightly interesting summer action movie. And it kind of hits that perfectly for me. Like, I don't feel like I ever need a sequel to this or anything like that. This feels like one of those movies that in 20 years, people will be like, oh, hey, you remember that movie? Yeah, that was cool, kind of a thing.
I can see not doing a sequel, but I could see doing a sidequel of like, here's another story going on at around the same time.
Or maybe like a prequel that shows how Rita got to this point.
But no, like the plot is very simple. It's just, hey, you're going to go fight because of this reason, Tom Cruise's character gets locked in a time loop, and the rest of the movie plays out like a combination of 51st Dates, Groundhog Day, and Starship Troopers.
I was gonna say it's Groundhog Day, but an alien invasion.
But like, there's a 51st Date aspect of it because every day he has to go to read his character and go like, "Hey, this is what's going on. This is what it is. Help me."
Yeah. And it's interesting how, like, by a certain point in the movie, they kind of stop showing you him convincing people, and it's just like, no, he's fully in it now. He's explored every branching timeline except for the last one that eventually lets him win, which is drastically different than everything else. But in the actual timelines, he can just fucking float like a butterfly, sting like a bee around everyone. And it's really impressive how they master that and get that across with just like a few short montages.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed about myself that I remembered originally is like, and maybe it was because like it's just how I've coming of this movie and now I was slightly annoyed by like the repeat of things, and I remember having a sense of like, come on, get past this, because like there's a point where like I was like, oh, we're past the fucking boot camp shit, stop it. It went back to, and then now I'm like, I appreciate the urgency you feel where he's trying to like it's literally speed running the movie, but it's just cool because he's got to like figure out. I just appreciate how like, I don't know, I feel like it properly conveys that how can you like get this person to just immediately like agree with you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
I love how many different paths they explore where he does fuck up and shit like that. Like, just the simple bit of him having to roll under the truck a couple times before he gets it down, and a couple times he gets run over. Like, that's great.
Yeah. And Paxton's like, Jesus, son, what were you thinking?
I also really appreciate just the in one of the montage modes when Cage is training, and it's just a beat of him getting hurt, and then Rita pulling a gun, bang.
And he's like, no, I'm fine.
But then it like ramps up and it just beat, bang, beat, bang, beat, bang, beat, bang. And it's just like, it gets into your head, that repetitive nature that he's going through, because I think this is a very otherworldly concept that they have to explain and make you empathize and feel emotionally that you can't really connect to.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's a thing I think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go.
I was just going to say, that's one thing I think this movie is definitely better at in comparison to the book, because in the book, he just kind of explains, like, I've been through this many loops so far, and I tried this once, and I tried this once, but this is the loop I'm on now. And you don't really get a sense of the repetitiveness, just that he is frustrated with it. But in this, it's like they do hammer it into you. Like, you brought up one, but I also really like the bit where and maybe it's the same bit I'm thinking of, but it sticks out more to me of like the drill sergeant going like as he's waking up.
Oh yeah.
Maybe the lack of repetitiveness and that kind of feeling from the book is because it's being translated into English, and Japanese text has a lot more nuance and context in it.
It's entirely possible.
I'm not trying to say like your view of the book was like invalid. It's just more of like, maybe it was there and it's hard to convey in text, but it's easier to convey in a visual medium like this, because we've mentioned it before. This is kind of like Groundhog's Day. In Groundhog's Day, they really nail like the amount of time Bill Murray just has lived, because he'll just do a thing and you go like, and someone will go like, how long did that take you? And it was like, I'm not sure. I've just been doing it for a while. And it's just like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah. One of my favorite scenes is when he's just like, he just takes a bike and just goes out to a bar.
Yeah, he just fucks off.
Because like it, if you think about it enough, it's like he's essentially got 2 days that he's playing with them. And, you know, at some point we see like nighttime at the base where like they're kind of like, he's got those two guys walking out of the thing. It used to be like some like bar hangout place. But like, it's just cool because it's like, look at all the shit you can get done in 2 days. Look at how far you can make it. Look at how different things.
Or even a little bit more than 2 days, because there were several segments where they were able to get out of the battlefield and start making headway to Germany which is where they thought they needed to go. And it's like 2 to 3, 4 days that they're on the road.
Mm-hmm. So speaking of that, I gotta ask, do you guys buy the romance in this movie at all?
So there's something that happens usually when you're spending a lot of time with, like, if you're around someone, even if you're not friends, if you have to spend time with like a connection will be made. And if that human just happens to be like vaguely fitting your preferred like
orientation
partner, your partner preference, then like you could also like fall into, like, for me it's
you mean sex?
No.
I just had to quote the movie there. I'm sorry.
Honestly, there is hints of like tinges of romance within the dialogue and everything. To me, it just felt like Tom Cruise was just getting fucking tired of seeing her die, because he was starting to enjoy her company as just a person. And the final kiss in like the last battle scene was just more of like, hey, we're not gonna survive this. Let's at least have some really nice, happy memory between the two of us.
Yeah, that's kind of how I take it too, is it's less a romance and more like a friendship bond kind of thing. And that final kiss, we were talking about the Star Wars sequels before we started recording. I view it kind of the same way I do the final kiss between Rey and Kylo Ren. Not like, oh, we love each other, we're acknowledging it, but just like, holy fuck, we made it through this thing. Let's celebrate.
Yeah, and you can, and to back that up a little bit more, complete spoilers. This is a podcast where we talk about a media in all of its entirety. If you're worried about spoilers, you're in the fucking wrong place.
Yeah.
But in the final bit, after he kills the Omega, that's what it is, the Omega, right?
Yeah, I think that's what they call it.
The Omega, and he gets covered in Omega goo, and he gets one last time jump back to before he was even reprimanded and said, hey, you're being shipped off. He goes to see Rita and just basically goes like to say like, hey, we did it. We won. I know everything that you've been through. Here's everything I've been through. And she says the same exact line that she always says. He just has a smile on his face of like, not like, oh man, this is the person I love. It's just more of like,
I knew you'd say that.
There's that friendly face. And I am so glad I get to actually be friends with this person. This is like old friends, old pals.
So
go ahead.
Do you want to know the biggest change from the book to the movie?
I know in the book it never ends.
Yeah, she does not survive. The actual plot of the book is she's not out of the loop by the time he finds her in the book. They are both stuck in the loop for a little while together, and then eventually she works her way out, and he's like, oh my god, I gotta save her. We gotta stop this thing right here and now. And then he discovers that like he can win this battle, but he can't save her and end the war. And so the book ends kind of grimly with him just being like, I'm carrying the torch after her. Maybe somebody had it before her. We don't know. I may never find out, but I'm just going to continue on the fight and maybe give the torch to the next person, maybe end the fight. I don't know. And the book just kind of ends openly like that.
I don't mind that. I don't think that one or the other is better. Obviously, one's digestible. A mass. I don't know.
I think that's also like just an idea in terms of storytelling in Japanese media, because while watching this movie, I was just going like, yeah, no, this feels like a straight up seinen show. Like this feels like it's right up there with like Berserk, Devilman, Garo, that kind of. This is pulpy schlocky material made for adults in that Japanese style, which is very often very grim and very dark.
Mm-hmm.
Devilman is a very comparison because it's also kind of a time loop. It's not a time loop. It's a
universal loop.
Yeah.
Because
which is also cool. I fucking love that. That's the worst thing about it, but it's the most interesting as well.
Yeah, like back if you don't know, Devilman, technically every single version of Devilman you have ever seen is just one continuation of Devilman.
Yeah, I've never actually checked out any Devilman, but I have heard that about it, and I think that's a really cool concept for a series.
Because the original manga, I love the original manga. It's one of my favorite manga. it ends with the idea of, okay, the reason why this character becomes Devilman is because Satan fell in love with them. Satan wanted to retake the earth for the devils, so it was like, I'm going to turn him into a Devilman so that he can survive and we can be together.
Wow.
Because Satan disguises themselves as their like childhood friend and implants memories and does all that, and then the events of Devilman happen. Well, the events of Devilman happen, and they completely bomb the world. World is uninhabitable for human or devil, whatever. And Devilman and Satan are lying on a beach, and Satan's just looking over at the human form of Devilman and just going like, "Know what? I was wrong. I fucked up. I cared about you for you, and I shouldn't have tried to play God in this way." And then the camera zooms out, and you see Devilman just bisected in half. He doesn't have a lower half anymore. He's dead. And then the camera pans up to the sky, and a bunch of angels are descending. And ultimately, God was like, "Yeah, Satan, you fucked up. Guess what your punishment is? You are going to relive this story over and over and over again, and you will never get the main character. He will always find someone else to love." And
so it's what if Lucifer was Sisyphus?
Yes. And like it happens in a bunch of different variety of ways, and the most notable one is Violence Jack, which is where they really cement that story happening. So yeah,
that's a cool concept about Gantz.
I've almost bought figures.
It's just like a bunch of random people are just chosen by a weird ball, and they have to fight, but they often die. That's it.
Ooh. It's gruesome.
Yeah, no, it gets like that kind of material just gets really weird, and like the original Japanese name also kind of fits that storytelling convention. All you need is kill.
Yeah,
but no, like this is a really good movie, and with the way you're talking about the original material, it sounds like a really good adaptation, and one of probably the only few handful of good Japanese adaptations for an American audience.
Yeah, no, it's probably one of the only times I've seen an adaptation that changes a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, you know what, those were all good calls. And I like both stories equally.
Because the only other one I can think of is like Speed Racer.
Mm-hmm. I mean, potentially I could quibble about the name. Maybe All You Need Is Kill would have put more butts in the seats, but like that's neither here nor there.
It's a very Japanese trying to use English name.
Yeah. It's one of those like try hard, it's so cool because it's so stupid kind of phrases.
I think if they had started with Live, Die, Repeat, it would have been better, because that like really gets the idea. Is like, no, you live, you die, you repeat.
Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel about the designs of the aliens in this?
I like how when they like are yelling or their body kind of like stretches out a sound wave. Other than that, pretty generic.
Yeah, they're just kind of like really quick tentacle things. I forget how they're described in the book, but I know it was different. And it had something more to do with the word mimic. Because they're called mimics, but they never mimic anything.
Yeah, like I think it's interesting that they hide in the dirt and shit like that, and I like how the tentacles go. But like up close, they're not much to look.
Yeah,
other than the alphas, their actual heads and the weird emanating like vibration or fumes or whatever that is. I think those are like they're fine. I'm not like they're garbage. It's just like the alphas definitely have like a very menacing head.
They serve their purpose, but they're nothing to write home about, I think is probably the way to go with them.
And honestly, that kind of makes sense for a movie like this, because you don't want to be focusing so much on like, here are the aliens that they're fighting. It's much more of the focus is on how are these characters going to figure out the problem they're in. It's a puzzle. It's not a fight. Because this is like, I hate to put it this way, this is like a point and click adventure where you just save scum to solve the problem.
That's true. I can see that.
I think any of it is like.
I mean, yeah, I was just thinking point and click because it's like
roguelike.
Yeah, but because it's like Tom Cruise's character Cage is trying to like go like, nope, I need to do this, then I need to do this, and then I need to spin around like in a circle and go this way. It's a very set specific of instructions.
Yeah, and I mean, like Cody said, it was speed running. It's very similar to that.
Yeah, he doesn't quite do like the weird backwards jump up some stairs, but
No, but I do think he did a half press A once.
Yeah, probably. Also, just to like give you guys an idea of what the difference is in the mech designs, here is a fan art of what. Oh, that link is way too big to paste into Discord. Damn it.
one of the other notes I made,
Okay.
I believe on the general's.
So that's a cover of. Sorry. That's a cover of the manga, and that's what Rita's mech looks like in the manga adaptation of the book. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's pretty good. That because Rita can be kind of can sound like a Japanese name. It has that convention, but it also can sound like a European name. That works.
Mm-hmm.
What was the dude's name? Because All You Need Is Kill takes place in Japan, doesn't it?
He definitely does have a different name in the book, but I forget what it is.
Keiji?
No, nothing so easily comparison.
Because Keiji's a real Japanese name.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's a good comparison. So, like, is that paste? Yes. Okay. So, like, on the upper left there, that's the original cover for the book, and then the right is the re-release cover, and then I think that's a fan art on the bottom. But that's what they're supposed to look like in the books. So, like, one thing I will give the movie is they made Rita way more badass. She is just like a super cute little anime girl, but she's described as the most badass woman in the world in the book.
Yeah, but like again, Japan really likes that like gap presentation with a character.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of like going like American and Western audiences aren't into that kind of storytelling setting and trope. So let's age her up some, make her a badass, but still kind of keep the idea of like, oh, she's a beautiful Valkyrie angel of the battlefield kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And I can understand why they would get rid of these mecha designs because they don't look squishy enough. Like if you have the people exposed like they were in the movie, it kind of creates more of like a, oh god, they're exposed, they're gonna die.
Oh my god, Chris, you were right. His fucking Japanese name is Keiji Kiria.
Boom, baby!
Got him. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a statue of Design General.
Oh, that's cool.
Maybe in the movie it's like meant to be like a second generation armor that they haven't gotten to yet.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think like what was important is that because I looked up the mech design of the old when I was watching. They get the overall silhouette right for this part when because it does kind of look like a combat helmet, and so they just kind of use.
Although shortly later in the movie, he's like, "I don't need a helmet; it's a distraction."
Yeah, that's probably Tom Cruise.
Yeah, but like I was saying, the change in the mecha design again, it gives a sort of tension. It's like, oh no, these people are exposed. This feels dangerous. It makes more sense when they just get randomly picked off and die. But again, it shows off faces, so it's easier to show the actors instead of having to go into like an Iron Man view of their face like they do in Marvel movies.
Yeah, these definitely do look like Spartans. They pretty much are. Spartan 5s are real.
Spartan 5 is what Mr. Halo is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's not fair to call them mechs because they're super soldiers with armor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Here's the thing. A mech to me is a robot in which you are sitting in a cockpit. A mech suit is a mech that you wear like a suit. So I
just view this shit as power armor.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I think a mech suit and power armor are kind of interchangeable. Same thing with like Iron Man armor and
I was gonna say Iron Man armor is kind of like the closest you can get to the border of mech suit and power armor. Like regular Iron Man armor, that's a mech suit. But once he gets in the frickin' Hulkbuster, that's wait a minute.
That's a mech.
Yes,
I was a mech. Any Buster armor Tony Stark made.
I lost track of my sentence there. Sorry.
Fine. Oh, but like any Buster armor is a mech because he's made multiple Busters.
Yeah. Bleeding Edge is definitely.
Yeah.
Would you count 4-Buster as a mech?
Nah.
Because 4-Buster is just like a slightly heavier Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's Hulkbuster, Thorbuster. There's been multiple Thorbusters, haven't there?
Yeah.
There's the Galactus Buster.
Yeah, and Reed Richards also made a Galactus Buster.
But yeah, no,
But yeah, this is a good movie. I think we all enjoyed it, right?
Yeah, it's a really good, solid showing of like, hey, American studios might not fuck up some Japanese storytelling things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at you, fucking legendary, with my baby Gundam that's coming out.
Here's the thing. There's a few Japanese properties that go like, no, you can really make a good American movie off of that. American franchise and everything. There are some that go like, yeah, no, that makes sense. Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I can definitely see, mainly because a large part of it does take place with American people and America.
The home of the...
Yeah. No, actually, home of the prison, because one part literally takes place in a Florida prison.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, no, there's alligators and everything.
In prison, dude, just like real life.
Damn it.
But Trigun, I can definitely see being an American movie. Same with Cowboy Bebop.
Well, if you don't know, that Pacific Rim 2, while not being that good of a movie, because they had to get the rights to show the Unicorn Gundam statue in that movie, that created a dialogue between the two companies, and that is why we are getting a Gundam movie.
Yeah, you told me this a long while ago.
Yeah, I have to remind myself, because obviously it's like one of my all-time favorite things, but I'm so fucking terrified and with what's going to happen.
It can't be any worse than the Canadian Gundam.
Well, no, but like I've never seen something like this happen because
like, guys, it can't be any worse than Dragon Ball.
No, it can't. But like it could just not happen because Sunrise said you could only make a movie if we keep complete creative control. So if they don't like something, it doesn't happen.
Or they have to change it.
Yeah, like
just making a new fucking timeline.
No, I want to see the UC on
all
the
right,
screen.
All right. Let's get to the fucking main event here. Code about how you shit your pants at this movie.
No.
No, you teased that shit last week. You have to follow up, motherfucker.
All right, so this was the destination with a couple of friends. We're setting out to go see this movie. I didn't see that movie. I did not see this movie that night.
Oh, okay.
I shit my pants to the point to where no movie watching was possible afterwards.
I thought you meant you literally, when you said it last week, I thought you meant you literally shit your pants at this movie, like you were in the audience.
No. So here's what went down. I got to pick where to eat, and so I decided instead of doing the same thing we'd always do whenever we'd go to Orange Park, I was like, fuck it, let's go to TGI Fridays. It's right next to the movie theater.
Hey, the Elite's favorite Japanese restaurant.
So we go there. I get the shrimp and chicken thing that they had. It was cheap. Mistake. But I get that, eat it, whatever. We go to Target, which was across the street at the time in 2015, 2013, whatever.
2014 is when this movie came out.
Fuck. Man, I haven't time-stamped me shitting my pants yet.
It's been 6 years since you shit your pants.
It's been 6 years since the incident. I wish I could jokingly say this changed how me going to the bathroom. But unfortunately, I can seriously say that. So we go to Target, and I remember having to use the bathroom at Target, but I'm like, nah, fuck it. We'll just use the bathroom at the theater. We arrive at said theater, purchase our tickets, walk through the door. I go to the bathroom in the very front of the theater where there's a bunch of people. I just walk into the stall to pee. Because at that moment in time, and also before this, I had also been like perfect at like holding it in. I could hold it in forever. Like if I had to shit or whatever, I could just like fucking marathon that and just never shit for the rest of my life and just make it. That has been stripped from me violently without my permission. But I'm standing in the front, and I also used to be able to be like, I have to shit and piss. But for right now, I'm just going to do one of the other. I'm just going to piss. You know, I'm not going to do both.
You were the master, but on this day, your bladder was the master.
No, yeah. Well, now if something's opening, it's all coming out. So, like, no matter what. I'm like 63 when it comes to how I use the bathroom now. It's fantastic. I love it so much. Yes. So I'm standing there, and I'm trying to pee, and it's not happening. I realize I'm like, nah. I'm like, it has to be both. So I'm not gonna blow this bathroom up with 40 people in close proximity. I'm gonna go to the back of the theater, through a long hallway, and just use the bathroom back there because I knew that no one was ever back there. They don't really put movies back there. Now I know two things are what I blame for this. One, I actually had food poisoning, and it was the first time I ever had that. So it destroyed me. But two, Transformers 4 was opening in that theater that day, and that is 100% why I shit my pants. Because just being around that type of negativity,
Cade Yeager.
that is what had to have ruined my body permanently.
Peter Cullen's voice saying Cade Yeager sent such a shockwave through your bowels.
So I walk out of the bathroom, and my friends are like, "Oh, that was pretty quick." And I'm like, "Oh no, I gotta shit, so I'm gonna go into the back, right?" And they're just standing there waiting at the theater area that was in the front. And they see me start walking down this long hallway. It's an AMC. And like I get 4 steps in, and they just see me fucking book it. I get 4 steps in, and I go into a full sprint because I went from like I'm just gonna head on back to like, oh, I'm about to fucking leave my body, like somebody shot a gun and it was my time to go. Like I just teleported down this fucking thing.
I'm just picturing you like casually strolling, and then all of a sudden it's a Naruto sprint.
That's pretty much exactly how it went down. Because like there was a moment where like I'm like walking and I'm like, oh god, and I just fucking start running. I've never publicly ran like that. That was the first and last for old Cody Burke there. But I get to the bathroom, and as gross as it is, God, I wish I just would have said on this.
No.
Oh no! Don't, boy, strap on in.
God, real quick, Zach. I have heard this story at least 6, 7 times.
Oh, is this one of the fabled stories?
Yes.
Oh my god, we're getting it on the podcast too. This is great.
So I get to the bathroom. I decide to take the handicap stall because like it was open, and why would you not if you knew what was about to happen? I didn't know what was about to happen, but I knew like I had to shit really bad. So I'm like, yeah, I want to spread my legs out or whatever. I want some room to handle this, whatever. But also I didn't want to do it beforehand. I usually do it right around here. Let me paint you a picture of what I was. I got a black Iron Maiden t-shirt, black jean shorts, and Adidas flip-flops.
Oh my god.
If you're ever gonna choose to shit your pants, let it be known that shorts and flip-flops are not what you wear.
You don't say. You don't fucking say, Cody.
Especially not fat guy baggy shorts. With room to breathe.
Oh.
Here's the thing. Here's the story. It gets worse.
Dude, my parents are sleeping. I'm trying so hard to keep it down.
So I'm fucking yanking these paper towels off the wall, trying to like wipe the seat clean of the fucking paint spray somebody did before me. Definitely wasn't a paraplegic. I don't know if that's rude to say, but like, holy shit. So I'm just fucking going at it, right? Like going at it. So like there was backsplash on the back of the fucking ew. It was arguably one of the nastiest like pea spray like I don't even know.
Wouldn't have gone to another stall once you saw it?
This was happening in a very short amount of time, and I was pushing it, I wasn't in a like casual stroll like, perhaps I'll choose another. Like, no, I was sweating and yanking shit off the wall trying to make whatever was in front of me work.
He made his decision. He had to fucking make it work.
Fucking ripping sinks and shit out like the Hulk.
And I just remember
say Hulk. Hold on to that thought.
Oh no.
I just remember standing there and then like feeling like I didn't have to shit. And it was just like, oh, there's a pressure that has been. And I'm standing about 2.5 to 3 feet in front of the toilet, facing the toilet. And I'm like, well, I guess I must have shit my pants. I feel something back there. So I guess
I don't know. I guess.
Well, because everyone's done it like once or twice. We all know it, right? You all know that, like, oh, there's something back there, and it's not normal.
I'm just gonna put this out there. I might have done it when I was a toddler, but I have no memory of ever shitting my pants.
I mean, I remember doing it as a kid, and sadly as an adult. But
as we were listening.
But I just remember being like, all right, so like my plan changing, you know, I kind of relaxed a bit. I'm like, my pants or whatever. And I go to like just still facing the toilet. I like pull my shorts down, and that's when I hear noise.
Oh.
So the pressure releasing was just me losing all control. I was constantly shitting. And like, bro, the
I was
fear,
constantly shitting the Cody Burke story.
The fear that like went through my body. It's like I heard noise, and I was like, and I look down and see what's happening. Because like I shit a little bit in the boxers. Everything else came outside of the shorts, then down my leg. And when you're a fat guy wearing like slides, like Adidas slides, they don't stay flat. They kind of like bowl up around the weight of the world, you know?
Yeah, I know from experience.
So I got to make 2 very exclusive gravy bowls that night. And like, I wish it stopped, but it didn't. So like, as this is happening, I'm like, obviously in an irrational state of mind. So I was like, oh, I have to try to make it to the toilet. So I turn to just like get it onto the toilet. And what I actually do is like, there's like one massive pile of shit, pile of like sloshy, sickly bodied shit, and then like a C-shaped trail leading to the toilet. Like shit so far away from the toilet that like whoever walked in, I didn't clean it up. All right. I was so scared. I left that bathroom the way it was. I know without a shadow of a doubt, whoever's job it was, they quit.
That poor bastard, whoever it was.
There is no fuck. I would shoot myself if I had to clean that, and it came from me. Like, bro. So like, God, I feel bad about saying this on some sort of public platform, but like, I guess whatever, you know. I was not.
No. Because here's the thing. The other night, Boingo and I were talking about one day we're gonna have money and we're gonna commission people to animate stories from our podcast. This is the first fucking thing that's getting animated.
So I'm sitting there and I'm shitting, and like I'm just not really stopping. It's just kind of like constant. Because like my stomach was like super fucked up, and so like I have to like roll my shirt up to like about my chest out of fear of getting shit on anything else, and I'm like going back and forth between the sink and the toilet, like washing out my flip flops and washing my shorts clean, and then violently shitting again. And I'm just going back and forth. And I'm not flushing. I didn't flush the first time because I forgot to. So, like, any paper towel I'm using, anything I'm using, I'm putting in the toilet. So not only did I, like, inhumanly leave a massive pile of shit in the middle of this handicap stall, I clogged the toilet to the point where I know.
I like how you waited till now to specify that it was a handicap stall.
Like, well, I said it earlier. I said I went for the big stall because why wouldn't you? But,
oh yeah.
Like, and it gets worse because like one of the movies released that was right by there, so everyone floods in there.
No.
And like, I don't think about that part, but like if somebody had like, because you know sometimes you can look at the bathrooms and see through the cracks. They would see an almost completely naked man walking around. Somebody definitely saw me walking around without my shoes on, and the real terrifying part is it had kind of like low walls or whatever, or high walls, I'd guess you'd say. So like if you were standing at the sink outside, because I remember it's like burned into my brain, I like turned around as I was walking away from the stall because I closed the door behind me, and I just remember
like a gentleman.
And I remember like turning around and just seeing this shit still, just like clear view,
just this slow advance of brown.
But like a fucking mound of disappointment, despair, just sitting in the middle of this bathroom, like staring right back at me, and then like I fucking like panically like look away and then walk out of the bathroom. Like
Cody, though, what happened to your underwear?
Yeah. So I had then deemed my boxers, a lost cause. I was gonna have to go commando from this point on. I'm like, I can't wash the sins away from this one. Sorry, Satan's got it. It was a very nice pair of boxers that I had.
Were they like Star Wars?
No, it wasn't the Star Wars boxers. I still have those. It was a pair of boxers that my grandma bought me. That she got on clearance for Valentine's Day. Which, funnily enough, it was a black pair of boxers with like kiss lips on it. But it came with a fucking G-string, by the way. And my grandma didn't know it because it was a black G-string that pulled the bag. And I remember taking it out of the bag in front of my grandma and immediately turning it around. And I'm like, I pulled it out and I looked at her and I'm like, Grandma? And like, she freaked the fuck out.
Amazing.
I still have the jet.
Yo, get us to 1,000 subscribers and we'll post a picture of Cody at the G-string.
It's not comfortable at all. I've worn it several times. It's not fun. But so those boxers are gone. Thankfully, I still have one part of that memory as far as where they came from. But what I had to do, what I thought was the smart decision, was to wrap it up in like paper towels, like some sort of like shit mummy. And because there was no trash can, there was only like the paper towel dispenser and then the little bin, the little metal part of the wall thing that you have to like put your hand in to take the towels out.
Oh.
I wrap it up in towels and stuff it in there and then cover it with more towels. So like,
that's one Christmas present I don't ever want to unwrap.
So this hapless employee walks in, sees shit on the ground, sees a shit trail going into the toilet, sees a clogged toilet, sees a clogged toilet, and they go like, God damn it, I gotta clean all this up. And then they go to clean up the paper towels.
I imagine they wear gloves, but if they didn't, they do now. This is not where the story stops. There's no more shit after that.
How much longer is the story?
It's enough, you know. I walk out of the bathroom, and I remember like seeing like two female employees walk into the girls' bathroom. And I remember they looked at me, and for some reason, I was just immediately like, I'm like, oh, they know. Because like I'm like pale skinned, sweating, and panicking. So like I look like I just killed somebody or fucking lit something on fire, and no one can know. What I had done was worse, but like I'm like they're cleaning that bathroom. They're gonna clean this one next, and because they looked at me, I'm like, oh no, they're gonna walk in there and see, and they're gonna know that it was this fat piece of shit that did it. Like,
and you come back in 2 weeks, and they're like, you're fucking banned.
Dude, I didn't go back for layers. I'm not kidding. I did not go back to the back. I've since eaten in an Applebee's or a TGI Fridays. And I did that for the first time like a year ago.
No, like legit for the longest time, TGI Fridays was on the ban list. We could never go to TGI Fridays.
Wow. So have you been back to the scene of the crime?
Yeah, I've been back to the theater soon. It's long enough.
No, I mean that bathroom. Have you been back to that bathroom?
They remodeled.
Oh.
They remodeled the whole thing, so there's not even a bathroom there anymore. Like,
do you think you did that?
I don't know. You know, I was gone for a while. Like, the thing that scares me is that the manager never saw my face, but my two friends went up to the front desk to ask Funnyback for their tickets. And the way they do that is they walk up, they're like, hey, we need a refund. Our friend shit is paid. First words they say.
Why are these people?
Oh, they were not. I mean, it's fine, but they were not going to let me down.
Oh no!
Neither one of them felt bad about not being. They didn't care about the refund. They
just wanted to say
they had gotten their entertainment.
I think it would really depend on how you smelled, whether or not I'd be pissed off at you or not.
I didn't smell like shit.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna let that happen.
Well, if I had to take a car ride home with you after that, Cody, and you smelled like shit, and I didn't get to see my movie, for a week I'd be like, Cody, you motherfucker.
No, I know.
No, explain the trip to Target.
Oh, I will. It
was
Target.
It was Walmart. Okay.
But there's an important part before that. So I tried to text one of my friends in the theater. And I was texting my friend Patrick. I'm like, Pat, you gotta send And he's like, well, what's going on? I'm like, dude, please, outside. He's like, all right. Because, like, at this point, they had been in the movie for 30 minutes. And they had noticed me. And I remember looking down the hallway, and I was just kind of, like, hiding behind a wall, and I, like, leaned out. And he looks at me. My other friend looks at me and just starts laughing. He didn't know what was wrong, but he could tell something was. And it was the funniest thing that he had ever seen. He was correct, but still. So, like, we're trying to figure out what's going on. And I remember my uncle had just told me, because he lives up there, he's like, if you ever need anything, call me. And I'm like, well, I need something, so let me call my uncle. He was asleep, and I didn't know his number, but this is what I do. I call my mom. My mom, one of two parents
yes,
who you expect to be there for, and not ask questions when you say, please don't. And instead, I'm standing in this theater hallway, and I'm like on the phone with my mom. Dennis, get picked up from. I'm like, please don't ask any questions. There's a pause. Well, I need to know why to ask him. Just call him, send him. I get picked up. She's like, well, I just need to know why. And I'm like, listen, I shit my pants. And, like, I'm, like, whispering this because at this point there's people walking by so I'm just, like, trying to have a private conversation. Because, like, after I say I shit my pants, there's other pause and why would you do that?
Oh, I don't know.
And so I freak out and full volume. I'm like, listen, I didn't do it on fucking purpose. I just shit my pants. Please send my uncle here. And there's, like, people walking by me, like, looking at me saying this. Like, and, like, of course.
And then all those people got their own story for that night.
Exactly. Some unknown amount of people know. See, that's the thing. This event has, like, an impact on other people's lives. There's somebody out there who's like, man, you want to talk about shit stories? I remember walking into the bathroom one night, and that was the night I left that place. Worst thing I'd ever seen. Somebody definitely was trying to destroy the bathroom. Like, it was a night. Like,
and then my friend getting out of their movie heard this guy fucking on the phone with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3 years later, we were listening to our favorite podcast.
This is no one's favorite podcast.
Yes.
But they make me ride in the back of the truck. Fair, honestly, it's fair. I would do the same.
Like the bed?
Yeah, the bed of the truck. And I'm sitting back there. They open up all the windows, and they because Pat takes it with him everywhere. He's got, like, a Bon Jovi Greatest Hits CD, and just play it at full volume while loudly screaming shit jokes on the way. And, like, they decided to, instead of go to the right to where we knew a Walmart was, like, 5 minutes away, they went to the left because they assumed a store would be that way. And we drove for, like, 20 minutes nowhere. And they're just, like, screaming out over music, like, shitty night, huh? And I'm just, like, sitting back there with my, like, head in my hands, like, please just take us to a store. They go into Walmart for me, and they approach one of the people standing in the clothing. No, it was a Walmart.
Okay. I was mistaken. It's a Walmart.
We went to a Target at the beginning of the story because it's across from. This is at the Orange Park Mall.
It was. It's gone now, isn't it?
The Orange Park Mall's there. The Target's something.
That's what I'm saying. Target.
Yeah. Anyways, they go into this Walmart, and the conversation was described to me as such. They approach the person in the clothing section, like, hey, our friend shit his pants, and we need underwear and shorts for him. What do you recommend? So she asks, about what sizes? So they reply, well, he shit his pants, so whatever you think works. I have a pair of Star Wars Original Trilogy briefs that they bought, and 4X bright purple stretchy shorts.
Cody, is this why the Hulk is your favorite Marvel character?
It was before that, and they bought it because they know the Hulk is. So the next and last thing to do is obviously me change. So they just pick some sketchy ass fucking place. We pull into some parking lot, and I gotta just, like, get butt ass naked and put on these brand new clothes, like, behind the truck with, like, I could see the backs of houses, just, like, shamefully, like, putting on these clothes. And then I get into the back of this, and, like, my bag is holding. I have, like, 4 plastic bags containing the shorts, which I still own. and my that was it. It was just
you should get those shorts framed.
Oh, for murder probably, but yeah. But yeah, since then, I legitimately most of the time don't know when I have to shit. I just feel it and then have to go shit.
Wow.
I don't get to be like, man, I'm gonna have to shit in about 20 minutes, but I can hang out here a second.
Yeah, no, like genuinely, when we hang out and Cody has to shit, it's like, get the fuck up, I need to shit.
Yeah, like literally at Thanksgiving, fucking Thanksgiving, like 2 days ago. I'm talking to my uncle. Granted, I just ate like a shit ton of mac and cheese, but I'm talking to my uncle. And I remember just like interrupting, just like not even interrupting. I was just like, I have to just walked away to just barrel into the bathroom. Like, it's fucked me up so bad. Like, I say I have like post-traumatic shit disorder, PTSD. But I don't know. Who knows?
Well, I, for one, think that fully makes up for the modular summit getting postponed. Getting to hear that story on the podcast, and now it's preserved forever.
Oh, well, it's preserved in other ways. I wrote a very lengthy, state of address on Facebook before my friends could, because I knew I had to out myself before anyone else did.
Because Pat and Hunter would have done it,
and they did. Yeah. There's all different versions of this story that gets shared around every year. I forget what time it is. But
we could probably figure it out based on when this movie came out.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
May 24th, May 28th, 2014, motherfucker.
But yeah, no, I can't remember word for word what it says, but I'm literally sound like I'm signing off forever. I'm
about to go underground. Tonight. This is the last you'll ever hear of me.
Yeah, I'm tonight I shit my pants. That's definitely I just go on. It's literally like an essay. Like a 5-paragraph essay I wrote and posted on Facebook. However, there are pictures of me sitting in the back of the truck.
Oh my god!
That they just took so many of and posted all over Facebook, and they all wrote their own essays about their experiences that night.
Cody, I'm going to put out a bounty. If you can bring me these pictures, I will give you $50.
I can find it.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay. Well, shit, I was about. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a short break, and then we'll come back and we'll find out what we're talking about next week. All right, gentlemen, are we ready to find out what we're going to be discussing next week? Excellent. Well, I am streaming the thing, and I will spin in 3, 2, 1. All right, we are going to be discussing a classic cowboy film, True Grit. Yeah. I watched this for the first time a couple of years ago, and I actually really liked it. And I have seen the remake, and I think the original is better. But we will discuss that more when we do the show. For now, Boingo, vibe it up, bro.
Oh, you already know what my vibe is going to be. So it may not be well known, but I tend to make some music, not as often as I'd like, but I try.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a ton of money. Because fuck me, right?
Yeah.
So I tend to go to, I like to use free virtual instruments. Because, hey, they're free. And sometimes they can be pretty good. Well, there's always one kind of synth that I wanted to get my hands on that there was just no free version of. Until this week. So I already talked to Vac a little bit about this the other day. Cody, how much do you know about synthesis technology?
Not a whole.
Okay. Basically, the way a synth works is in some way, in some process, you got to make a wave. So in the classic synth, you make a wave with electronic components. On a digital synth, you make it through computer algorithm. Okay. And it just makes a kind of noise. And depending on what you do to it, you can make different noises. So the first kind of synth was called subtractive, meaning that you had that simple tone. And what you did was you cut off certain frequencies of it and you made a different tone. You cut off the highs, you cut off the lows, you do a mix of it, you do some different things to it. And that's like old school classic 60s and 70s synth. And then there was a thing called FM, where it's basically you have one wave and you have another wave and you just smush them together and you make a brand new wave. A really easy example of this is the Sega Genesis. It used a ton of FM synthesis. because it had a Yamaha chip, and that's what they were well known for. This is a synthesis called Wavetable. Basically, through machinations of technology, you can make a table of waves, and you can cycle through them in a variety of ways that you want. Do you just want to cycle through them with your trigger, with the trigger you're doing, with an envelope, with an LFO? It will basically go through the different waves as fast or as slow as you want them, and it creates very immediate and very dynamic sounds. Like, the easiest thing to say, like, this is wavetable synthesis that everybody kind of knows, it's the dubstep wubs. And you kind of, like, you explain it that way, and you go, oh, okay, that's what it's trying to be, because it starts off as one sound, and it expands and changes to a different sound, but it's all one soundscape. And that's what this is. This is a free version of one of those tables, where normally one of them goes for like $130-something. Yeah. So it's super exciting. It, like, you play around in it for like 10 seconds and you create something interesting. There's already a good number of people who are just pumping out presets of just like, here's something I made in this. Here's another thing I made in this. Just going wild because it's free. Everybody has access to it.
So what you're saying is you're hype as fuck, and we can expect some new releases from Euro, Dollar, Yen soon, right?
I think I already changed my Bandcamp name. I think I got rid of that.
Have you? Because I've been crediting you in all the podcasts and the shit I do as Euro, Dollar, Yen, so it doesn't look like you and I just did everything. It looks like it's slightly separate.
Hold on. I don't even think I'm logged into Bandcamp on my new computer. Nope, I'm not. Weird. But yeah, no, I'm really excited about that synth just because you play with it in the right way, you can really get that interesting 90s bass plucky sound that a lot of like synthy stuff had at the time. And you can create some really expansive fucking pads and just a bunch of different shit. I just wish I had a MIDI keyboard right now, because then it'd just be like, fuck yeah, horses are loose. And the one I want is only about $100 some odd bucks. It's like $110 to $99 depending on where you're buying it from, and it has a joystick.
That's cool.
But yeah, no, that's super exciting. I also downloaded a game that I talked to Cody a bit about, and I tried it out, and it's pretty fun. It's called Mud Runner.
I did remember that when I was playing it while one of the
beautiful. And it wasn't Euro, it's dollar.
Ah, okay. So is it still that, or did you change it?
No, it's still that, I guess.
Huh.
Weird. Bandcamp, no, that's Bandcamp. I need to be on SoundCloud. That's why.
Yeah, because I rip your shit from your SoundCloud.
I was wondering, why does this feel so different? This isn't what I thought it would be.
This isn't a butterfly.
This isn't a bee. Yeah, but no, SnowRunner's pretty fun. I tried out some. Yeah, I changed my SoundCloud to Boingo Rider.
Well, damn.
Someone liked Hopscotch.
Cool. Hopscotch is also, I don't know if we've ever said it, Hopscotch is now what I use as the theme for this show to help avoid getting hit with content ID shit. Because I used to just use music from whatever we were talking about, but like 9 times, or it's more like a 3 out of 5 times I get hit with content ID. So if you guys like the new opening and closing song that I've been using for 2 or 3 episodes now, you have Chris to thank for that.
Yeah. No, I'm really hoping to make more music and that kind of stuff. Mainly because like I just got an itch and an idea for a video game, and I want to try and make it as far as I can. You know.
Nice.
It's that car game I told you about, Vac.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that off recording, because I get the feeling that Cody should probably know about that. But can I go into my vibe?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so fellas, it is 2011 again, because I have been vibing off a fucking Minecraft channel. This fucking dude named Dream got on the YouTube trending page with a Minecraft video. I think it was like at the beginning of this week or maybe end of last week. And I was like, a Minecraft video in the YouTube trending tab in 2020. That's kind of awesome. Let me put that in my watch later playlist. And I came across it last night. Like, I finally got to it, and I was like, okay, let's watch this. And it was legitimately one of the best videos I've seen on YouTube in a while, because the concept was he spawned in like a sort of closed off area that was like 500 by 500 blocks, and had a bunch of different biomes in it. And he had to survive for an hour while his friends were constantly chasing him and trying to kill him. And if they killed him, he was going to give them like a cash prize. And he's got like a shit ton of videos on his channel that are just like different takes on this concept, and also messing around with some interesting mods I've never heard of before that I think he says are all like stuff him and his friends have made. And it's all super entertaining because him and his friends have a real kind of manic chemistry. And also, it's not just straight Let's Plays. He is editing stuff. He is kind of ratcheting it up to have a really nice fast pace to it. And he's putting music in and shit like that. And it just works so well. I never thought I would be so entertained by Minecraft content, but for like the last day and a half, I've just been sucked into this dude's channel. And he has a shit ton of subscribers. So I don't think I'm doing him any favors by saying this, but people, if you want a little bit of hope for the world, if you want to see that there's still good Minecraft content being made on YouTube in the year of our Satan 2020, go look up Dream on YouTube. He's putting out some good shit. So, Cody, what's your vibe? Or Snowcone, or whoever you are.
I don't know. I've been trying to think. Do anything to or purchase.
I mean, you could just tell a shit story again.
Yeah, I figured that might as well just take the place of that. Because I didn't really do anything cool, I think.
I mean, you've kind of given us enough energy for like 5 vibes off of that. That was amazing.
I got the Sandstorm figure. The Darude Sandstorm transfer is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's like a repaint of the Seeker Elites, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what music is this? I'm glad I got at least a chuckle out of you.
It took me a minute to even understand what that was supposed to be.
But yeah, I mean, he's pretty dope. I'm just. This is like my first paycheck since like I had to pay. I haven't really done any Friday, and it's definitely.
Yeah. Didn't you have to work on Black Friday?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was not fun.
Right.
Our company ran a contest, and it was like whatever store sold the most phones at the end, each employee. And at first we were going off against like 4 or 5 of them, and it was a pretty close. And then for some reason, it changed near the end of the night, and I put like 3 or 4 more stores got put onto like the little like graphic. And one of them was in the Ocala Mall, which is a fucking mall. So, like, it's just a store in a mall that has foot traffic on Black Fridays. And, like, they beat the shit out of everybody. So that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
We still sold more accessories than that's about as much. But it was whatever. I got to watch The Mandalorian. It was just not as busy. I knew it wasn't going to be as busy. They were like, we hope you sell more than you just sold last year. Last year we sold 30 phones in one day, and that was pretty impressive. So they wanted us to be what they call year over year. But I was like, I said aloud, I'm like, well, most places are doing Black Friday deals constantly, and they're not really taking part in Black Friday. So most people are expecting that. So we're probably not going to busy. And that's exactly what happened.
All right. Well, I guess with that, Snowcone, why don't you tell everybody who you are and where they can find your shit if you want them to?
My name is Snowcone, and my Snowcone, and my PlayStation name is Snowcone83.
and my Hotmail is...
My Gmail is actually Snowcone83.
Oh my god, dude.
It is. That is real. Please don't.
You just doxed yourself.
But yeah, and then never_robot
on the instant grams.
And if you want to kiss me, find me in real life. That's it.
Whoa! Challenge thrown down here on Analytical Fanboys. Hey, Boingo Rider, what challenges are you gonna throw down as you tell everybody how to find your shit?
Hey, howdy, Chris Boingo Rider Gas. You can find my stuff on YouTube. I make video essays and video editorials at Boingo Rider. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Boingo_Rider. You can find me in Twitch. I'm Boingo Rider. I haven't streamed in a bit, but planning on getting back into that. And you can join my Discord server. Link to that is in the description.
Cool. Hey, I'm the Vacuuminator, the modular king of the content ring. You can find me at youtube.com/thevacuuminator. That's spelled TheVacuuminator. I make videos about all kinds of shit, but right now I'm gearing up for the release of probably my biggest video in quite a long time. It's going to be my pitch for what a good version of the horrible anniversary series Power Rangers Megaforce would be. Kind of a follow-up to my most famous series of videos, Power Rangers Megaforce Sucks. So if you want to get in on the hype for that, maybe go check out those old videos. Maybe give me a subscribe. Maybe check me out on the social media. I'm on Twitter at The Vacuuminator and Instagram at The Vacuuminator, where I post figure photography. And that's all for me. But as for this show, this is a part of the Modular Media creative cooperative group that we're all a part of. If you want to keep up with that, please go ahead and give us a subscribe and ring the bell in order to enable notifications. Also give this podcast a like and a comment if you enjoyed it. Help it out in the YouTube algorithm and all that good stuff. If you want to listen to the series on the go and you don't have a YouTube Premium subscription, we do have a folder that we link down in the video description that gives you downloads of every episode of Analytical Fanboys as an MP3. I haven't been keeping up with that with MMWP so much, but maybe I'll round back to that at some point. But for now, all of AF is in there at least, and you can listen to it that way. And you can also keep up with news about the show and whatnot by following us on Twitter at The Modular Media and joining our subreddit r/Modular Media. But that is all for this episode of Analytical Fanboys. We will see you next week when we will be discussing the original True Grit.
I like my grits with cheddar cheese.
Oh, you're one of those fucking people? Jesus Christ.
What? Okay, whoa. I just got two fucking people yelling at me. What, Cody?
I don't like grits and I'm Southern. Fight me.
I do like grits, but I'm not going to put cheese in them because I'm not a fucking animal.
Boy.